for those who come after. As I write this, I am 2 hours into the expedition. I left this island with low expectations and dour hopes. I'd seen many a title collapse into molasses, with faces that matched closely the ones that now stand at my side. And yet, even through the ocean of snails that had slain my comrades, I still feel a sense of wonder, a flickering thread of hope, a growing will to continue. Perhaps this is the expedition that will finally put an end to the gamage and allow the turn-based RPG to flourish forever as it once did. No, that's not how it works at all, no. Alright, background. Earlier this month, the Game Awards happened, and there was a little game called Clair Obscur Expedition 33 that won 9 awards, including Game of the Year. This ticked me off because Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a turn-based RPG, a genre that I consider outdated, like with point-and-clicks and FMV games. The way I see it, video games are meant to be fast-paced and kinetic because the roots of the medium are in the arcade. I was so fed up with another turn-based RPG winning the GOTY that when I made a video about the Game Awards over on Fish Activation, I made this the thumbnail, firmly stating that turn-based combat has no place in a post-Kingdom Hearts world. That went over well, but after publishing that video, there was some sort of bug in my brain trying to get me to play it. Everyone kept talking about how it was the greatest story ever written for a video game, and this guy in the comments section, and it was the moment that video games were finally on the level of novels in the realm of narrative. And I've sat through games where I didn't care too much for the gameplay for the sake of the story. Death Stranding, The Last of Us, Slitterhead, even other turn-based RPGs like Persona 5 and Mario RPG. And it's not like I'd have to pay anything for it, it's on GOG.
Yo ho ho in front of the scene.
So once I was done with the publish, I went and plundered it. I went in expecting a poor gameplay experience and a heart-wrenching story that would be told again and again for generations. And what I got was a goofy-looking running animation. I guess before I get into the meat and potatoes of the gameplay, I should touch on that story. Now, like I said, I'm 2 hours into an RPG, so I'm not gonna have much to say. I need to get these flowers to my ex. Whoops, my ex is gone. Drink. I guess it's time to go sailing. I wanna come too. No, you're an infant. Fine. Look, my sister's mad at me.
Are you really going off to die?
Yes.
And you're letting the kid come with you?
Hey, if you've got a problem with it, you can go tell her.
No. Alright, everyone. Good luck. Don't die.
And everybody died. Except for me. Because I had my tray table up. And my seat back in the full upright position. Had my tray table up.
Oh, hey, Survivor!
Oh, hey, a survivor. Hey, do you want to work together and shoot things? Also, where's the kid?
Expedition 69.
Hey, Golem things, do you know anything? Fascinating. I found this. It'll tell us where to find the kid.
But I don't want to find
We are going to find the kid.
Mission goes before finding the kid!
The mission!
Welcome to Resident Evil. We have found the kid. End transmission. And yeah, it sounds silly when I put it that way, but I nearly teared up during the gamage of the 33-year-olds at the start of the game. And like I said in the Game Awards video, that's an impressive feat. And again, I'm 2 hours in. I'm not actually going to start working on this video until after Christmas, so I'll update you on how good the story is up until wherever I get to once I start. Alrighty then. I finished Act 1, and my big conclusion is that I do not like Esquier. He's a big, stupid idiot who has that big, stupid idiot voice, and it just grates on my ears. Also, killing off Gustav and then replacing him with a guy who looks exactly like him, that is stupid, that is stupid, that is retarded, that is stupid. What about that big boy stuff? The stuff that I really care about. The gameplay. Well, it's a turn-based RPG, so it sucks. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next year. Okay, but seriously, I like it. I didn't think I would like it. I didn't even want to like it. I did something I never do when I put it on easy mode so I wouldn't have to deal with it. But I actually found the combat system to be really fun and engaging. Not without its faults, of course, but it was way more enjoyable than any turn-based combat system logically should be, because it's reflexive. Every enemy attack can be dodged or parried, and most of your special moves also have QTEs attached for greater damage. He knows about timed hits. I knew about this before playing, of course, but I still initially wrote it off because the dev listed Sekiro as an inspiration, and I also hate Souls-likes. But once I actually played it, and I saw the counter-attacking, they did it! They made a turn-based system that actually feels engaging and not like a waste of time. And all it took was blurring the line between the enemy's turn and your own. So it's like a hybrid system. Why didn't you just make an action game? Actually, no, hold that thought. This is not what it would look like. If they made an action game out of Clair Obscur, it would just be another Souls-like. Dodging, parrying, having to wait until the other guy's done doing his thing before you can do yours. Oh my god, Souls-likes are turn-based RPGs. That's why they suck. But I think what they should have done is something along the lines of the ATB system from the SNES and PS1 era Final Fantasy games. Heck, that was the other big inspiration for the game, the early Final Fantasies, of which only 4 were turn-based compared to the 7 ATB games. Maybe a direct translation of the system wouldn't work with the dodge and parry stuff, but I think putting your turn on a time limit a la competitive chess tournaments would work well. Also, regular tech should have time hits. But I'm still just awestruck that a game that has so many things that I typically despise, from turn-based combat to heavy reliance on dodging and parrying, to certain enemies have designated glowing weak spots that you shoot at with a gun, can be so fun and engaging. I can tell why this game won Game of the Year, ignoring the fact that Ninja Gaiden 4 still got frickin' gypped.
What about me? What about my opinion? Is this game really deserving of the Game of the Year? Is Clair Obscur Expedition 33 better than Sword of the Sea?
No.
No, a million times, hell no.
See, the issue with first impressions is that you haven't given it enough time to try and wear on you. Your experience after 2 hours is going to be far more forgiving than after 7, because that's not enough to settle into a brain-dead, wall-eyed, monotonous autoplay, or get burnt out by a dozen issues that feel like nitpicks until they start weighing on you. And oh boy, do I have some issues.
Number 1, shields. A few enemies will have these shield icons on their health bar, and that means they can take 1 extra hit of damage without actually taking damage. Now, initially this isn't that big of a deal because they just spawn in with them or just grow more at a designated second phase, but later on you get these enemies that'll stab themselves with every move, and that does a little bit of damage to them, but then they gain like 4 shields on top of that, and you have to shoot each one off because if you don't, then their next move, they're gonna stab themselves again, they'll take off 3 shields, and then add another 4 shields. So basically they get an extra shield with each turn that you don't shoot each one off. And that gets obnoxious quick. Number 2, combat gets stale. It's turn-based RPG, of course it gets stale. Yes, the parrying makes it feel fresh for a little longer, but at the end of the day, nothing's really happening on your turn. You're not directly controlling your character, and there's no strategy involved. You're just choosing the option that gives you the most damage. And this isn't even a turn-based issue, because when I think of strategy, I'm thinking of team attacks. I'm thinking of press turn. If you're going to make me do 100 duo and trio battles, then at least make it different from if I was just fighting them separately. And yes, there are elemental strengths and weaknesses, but all they do is just modify the damage you do by an insignificant margin. Again, I'm 7 hours in, and I'm playing on the easiest difficulty. Maybe this changes in higher difficulties or later parts of the game. But at the same time, that's still an issue, because I'm getting really tired of number 3, everything needs a tutorial. I get that they're optional, but for the love of God, just let me play the game. Don't all of your mechanics telling me how to start, and then let me play. God, I miss instruction manuals.
So no, the game isn't as good as Sword of the Sea. I was gonna say that anyway, but it was gonna be a soft no. It's a hard no. It's not as good as Sword of the Sea. It's not as good as Shadow Labyrinth. I dare say it's not even as good as Tetris the Grandmaster 4 Absolute Eye. The game of the year for 2025 is, in fact, Ninja Gaiden 4. Is what I would say if I had it, but I ended up getting Ragebound for Christmas instead. Now, Santa only plays FPSs and Sony movie games, and Mrs. Claus doesn't play video games at all, so I can't blame either of them for not knowing the difference between a retro-style 2D platformer and a fast-paced Platinum-developed hack-and-slash. But I can blame the elf that grabbed it for them, because elves are supposed to know about these things.
So I sent Ninja Gaiden Ragebound back to the workshop and got this mystical card that said to become a copy of Ninja Gaiden 4 once they have it in stock. Until then, I'll be playing Devil May Cry 3 Crimson on my fancy new Steam Deck. As for Clair Obscur, I might come back to it one day. At the same time, my backlog is full. I've got Darksiders 2. I've got Scarlet Nexus. I've got the Ghost of Duology. And I've got the real game of the year, Death Stranding 2. I'm not going to say that I was right the first time when I said that Clair Obscur had no right to exist. I had my fun with it. But I do think it probably should have been a TV show. And I've got no idea how to end this, so I'm just gonna say Happy New Year. I will see you in 2026.